From Princess Diana's £92,000, $127,000 dress to the 12-carat blue Ceylon sapphire wedding ring that broke protocol, Prince Charles and Lady Diana's nuptials will go down in history as the wedding of the century. While Di never shied away from doing things her own way, whether it was speaking out about mental health or wearing coloured nail polish, she did follow British tradition when it came to choosing children to walk down the aisle before her on her special day, a practice the Duchesses of Cambridge and Sussex both continued. Before the wedding night ended, Princess Diana gifted each bridesmaid a Halcyon-Days china box holding silkworms that had spun the silk for her wedding dress. A week later, she also sent a thank you note and paperweight set with a rose from her bouquet to each girl, the perfect mementos to commemorate the unforgettable experience. In celebration of the phenomenon's 40th anniversary, Daily Mail is lifting back the veil on the 5 young girls, whose lives will forever change the day of the royal wedding. These are the stories behind who they were, why Charles and Diana chose them, and where they are today. At just 17 years old, Lady Sarah Armstrong-Jones was the oldest of the bridesmaids, and served as the chief bridesmaid. Lady Sarah is the only daughter of Lord Snowdon and Princess Margaret, the Queen's sole sister, making her Lilibet's only niece. Lady Sarah and her older brother, David, were raised in Kensington Palace, which brought them close to the royal family. Diana and Margaret, whom she lovingly called Margot, had a special relationship, so it's no surprise Lady Sarah was given a role in the wedding. Princess Diana's veil was 25 feet long, the longest ever, and Sarah, along with the help of Lady India, were in charge of it the moment Lady Di stepped out of her carriage. Before the wedding, Diana tied a 25-foot piece of fabric around her waist, and the duo practiced helping her in and out of the carriage and walking down the aisle. India Hicks later shared the train had become completely crumpled in the carriage, but that didn't stop Diana from looking stunning. Lady Sarah was also given the honour of holding her bouquet throughout the nuptials. 3 years later, Lady Sarah was chosen as one of Prince Harry's 6 godparents, strengthening her ties with her royal cousins. After graduating from boarding school, Lady Sarah travelled to India to work as a wardrobe assistant on the set of the movie Heat and Dust. There, she met her future husband, Daniel Chatto, who was an actor in the film. The couple married in a low-key wedding, which was attended by a solo Diana, in 1994, making her Lady Sarah Chatto. Although Diana's relationship with Margot became strained after her Panorama interview the following year, Lady Di and Sarah's friendship endured. Today, the 57-year-old and her brother, David, the 2nd Earl of Snowdon, have chosen not to undertake any royal engagements, allowing them to live their lives out of the spotlight, while remaining extremely close to the royals. Sarah was one of 30 people who attended Prince Philip's funeral, a testament to how highly regarded she is by Her Majesty. The two are extremely close, as Lady Sarah is said to remind the Queen of her late sister. Her brother, David Armstrong-Jones, the Earl of Snowdon, was also present. Sarah and her husband have 2 sons, Samuel and Arthur, who are 25th and 26th in line to the throne, and were also raised in Kensington Palace. Lady Sarah also serves as the Vice President of the Royal Ballet, a position her mother also held. Next in line was 13-year-old Lady India Hicks. While on vacation in the Bahamas, India received the call of a lifetime when her godfather and second cousin, Prince Charles, asked if she would be a bridesmaid in his wedding. At first, Lady India revealed she was appalled because she had considered herself a tomboy and realized she would have to wear a dress to the wedding. Eventually she, of course, said yes. Lady India's royal connection is through her mother, Lady Pamela Hicks, the late Duke of Edinburgh's first cousin, who was also a bridesmaid at his and Her Majesty's wedding in 1947. India later revealed it was the wedding that had brought her and Diana closer. She said, "It was during these rehearsals I got to know Diana, whom I first met at a dress fitting," she continued. "Diana was warm and kind to me. Of course, she was a child herself, innocent and awkward." The night before the wedding, as raucous celebrations broke out across the city, Lady Pamela voiced her worry about getting home and putting her daughter to bed. Princess Margaret then suggested they stay with her and her daughter, Lady Sarah Armstrong-Jones, at Kensington Palace. Lady Pamela obliged, and India later recalled Princess Margaret appeared at her door in her nightgown, offering India her toothbrush. The day of the wedding, Lady India was brimming with excitement, later sharing that everyone was looking for a fairy tale that day. She went on to describe it as organized mayhem, really wonderful, the hustle and bustle of a bride. She also revealed how she felt watching a family member marry with the world watching. "I look back now and see there were, 1 billion people watching around the world. There were 3,500 people in that church. The whole world was watching that scene on the balcony, and you realize, goodness, this was no ordinary family wedding. Hicks revealed she kept her flower crown and dress, which sits next to the dress her mother wore during Queen Elizabeth's wedding. Fast forward to January 2020, and Lady India is at the center of a royal disaster after stealing a $900 Max Mara code from Harrods. Her spokesman later said it was a moment of absent-mindedness and that she returned the dress. However, Lady India pled guilty and was conditionally discharged for 3 months and ordered to pay fines. This year, Lady Hicks is set to marry her husband of 25 years, David Flintwood, a former ad executive with whom she shares 5 children. In a controversial decision, India revealed Prince Charles is not invited to the wedding, since the only guests in attendance will be her children's godparents. However, Lady India remains close to the royal family and shared that Prince Charles has been an attentive godfather, sending her thoughtful birthday and Christmas gifts throughout the years. Sarah Jane Gasselee. Sarah Jane Gasselee's father, Nick Gasselee, taught Charles how to be a jump jockey. Growing up, while her father and Prince Charles rode together, Sarah Jane spent a lot of time with Princess Diana and considered her a big sister. Miss Gasselee shared that Princess Di gave her a piggyback ride when she asked her to be a bridesmaid. They kept in touch after the wedding. Sarah Jane shared they wrote letters to one another while she was homesick at boarding school. Today, Sarah Jane's bond with Princess Diana continues as she hosts tours of places Diana had visited throughout London. She is married to Paul Andrews, a film producer with whom she shares 2 children, and the family splits their time between London and Barbados. Sarah Jane, 45, does have one regret from the wedding, which is that she sold her dress to Earl Spencer for approximately $15,000, £11,000, in 1999. Her brother, James, shared that Sarah Jane needed the money at the time, but bitterly regrets her decision and still agonizes over it. Catherine Cameron. Catherine Cameron was 6 years old the day of the royal wedding. As the daughter of Donald Angus Cameron of Lochiel and Lady Cecil Cameron, whose father is the Marquess of Lothian, she is a descendant of William Kerr, a Scottish nobleman. In a biography about Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall, Catherine's mother, Lady Cecil, is revealed as one of the women Prince Charles was close with during his bachelor years in the 1970s. However, the extent of their relationship was never confirmed. Today, not much is known about Catherine as she has chosen to lead a life completely out of the spotlight. Clementine Hambro isn't connected to the royal family by blood, but she is the great-granddaughter of Winston Churchill. She was also adored by Princess Diana. Clemmy was Diana's favourite student when she taught at Young England Kindergarten in London. In an infamous moment captured after the royal family posed for photos on the balcony at Kensington Palace, 4-year-old Clementine is seen sobbing in the arms of Princess Diana after she tripped, dubbing the youngest bridesmaid as the crying bridesmaid. On a happier note, Princess Diana also held Clementine in her lap during the wedding breakfast. Of the wedding, Clemmy recalled that was proud to be involved, even thought she had very little idea of all the sort of situation that was going on, and of being very tired. She also revealed her favourite moment was being taken back to the palace in a horse-drawn carriage. Clementine went on to attend drama school and worked as an actress in the US, before she moved back to London to write about gardening. In 2016, she married Orlando Fraser, the son of historian Antonia Fraser. The couple has 4 children and have led a life mostly under the radar. However, Clementine was at the centre of controversy when travel logs revealed she flew twice on Jeffrey Epstein's private jet. Miss Hambro, 45, shared in a statement that, as a 23-year-old working at Christie's auction house in New York, she was young and naive when she travelled on the jets in 1999. Prince Charles and Lady Diana Spencer's wedding day. Everything you need to know. Princess Diana's wedding gown. Details on the dress of the century. Charles and Diana's wedding. Minute by minute timeline of